Good evening, I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team. On this Tuesday evening, it's 9 o'clock. We have been watching a few showers that developed out there today. Remember yesterday we were talking about the low rain chances that we would have at about 20%. Most of us made it through the day without seeing any rain at all, but we did have some spots that not only saw rain, but also had some heavy rain and even a little thunder and lightning. Nothing ever turned severe. There was never really any strong winds or anything. These were just some good old showers that just kind of developed here with the heat and humidity, and then they drifted down toward the south. Some of them fell apart while others developed there and some of the outflow of them. Most of these were in far northeast Georgia a little bit earlier, and then we also saw a good, a pretty good coverage of just a few additional showers here, mainly west of the city along I-20 and south of that, moving down here along 85, down into parts of Pike and Lamar County before it all started fading out here in our area. Now in Metro Atlanta, we have been mainly dry, just a few of those showers, some as close to us as South Cobb County, some over into Douglas County. You can see earlier tonight we did have a few showers up in North Georgia, and then some of these pulsed up right over Lake Hartwell in parts of Stevens County, near Toccoa, near Franklin County, into Hart and Elbert County there along the South Carolina line. We had a few showers in Murray County that came in from the Tennessee area. A couple of those made it through Gilmer County. A few additional showers up in Rabun County near Sky Valley. We had some thunder and lightning with some of those. Here you can see in the metro area, again, the downtown area was relatively dry, but it was just to the west of the city, out I-20 here into Douglas County, South Cobb, into parts of Paulding County. We had some showers in Polk County, Haralson County, Carroll County, down into Coweta County. Some of those showers came through. And that's when we were measuring some of that thunder and lightning here in South Fulton, northern Coweta, parts of Fayette, moving into Spalding County before a lot of that finally fell apart. But the rest of us were dry for a big part of the daytime hours. And tomorrow we're going to see another really low rain chance that is going to be excuse me, in our area, that rain chance at only about 20%. Also, remember yesterday I was showing you that little system here that was off the coast of North Carolina. It is now moving inland in Virginia, and it's just that. It's a coastal low. It's not a tropical system, not a tropical depression or a tropical storm or anything, but a coastal low there that's moving very slowly. And it's pushing in a lot of that Atlantic moisture, where they're even seeing some flooding and some erosion problems there in parts of Virginia, where you can see that kind of rotation with that coastal low moving in, bringing in a lot of rain in those spots, and even some windy conditions there too. And it's that system that is also somewhat enhancing the flow here that's bringing in some of that Atlantic moisture that's pushing into our area. I know it's nothing really widespread. It's not like an outer band or anything, but it's just the flow around that area of low pressure is enhancing some of that moisture that is pushing into our area. Here's a live look right now at our tower cam that you see there at Truist Park. The Braves are in Washington tonight. They're not playing at home, but the lights are on there at Truist, where we can see the nice conditions that we're dealing with a few clouds that we have, though. Of course, you can't see that here in the night sky, but you may can see a couple of those clouds here over Atlanta as we're looking from our Georgia Tech camera up toward Midtown. Again, beautiful view of our city skyline right there, but it is dry, it is quiet, no rain coming down. Of course, I always leave you with this one too. Our tower cam there in DeKalb County on Arizona Avenue, looking back toward the city with all the lights. It just looks great. And there you can see some of those clouds a little bit. Sun going down much earlier now, around right before 7:30 or 7:40, I think is when the sun is setting now. So it's getting earlier and darker now during the evening hours, a little bit earlier too. Here's a look at our high temperature today. We got up to 89 degrees today, almost 90, just shy of 90 degrees. That was really warm. On average, we should be around 84 for this time of year. So we were 5 degrees above the average today. Our low this morning, a little bit above the average. We were at 68. We should be at 66 for this time of year. And of course, what we've been telling you about, this growing deficit that we were telling you last week, that we were expecting that deficit to grow a little bit each day without any rain around. And right now, of course, we had no rain today. 2.63 inches below where we should be in rainfall for the year. We will get another drought update from the drought monitor. We'll get that in on Thursday. Last week, the drought monitor was showing abnormally dry conditions. We are seeing conditions that are likely for a rapid onset drought where, since we haven't really had any substantial rain or really any rain in Atlanta, that we're going to see the drought conditions worsening. Whether or not we're going to stay in abnormally dry, or we could potentially move up to moderate drought with the update that's coming in on Thursday. So, of course, we'll let you know about that when that data comes in. There's that low this morning, 7 o'clock at 68 degrees. Here you see how we got up quickly into the upper 80s. 89 was that high right there in the 4 o'clock hour. You can see 88 was the temperature at the top of the 4 o'clock hour. Then we went to 89, and then we dropped to 85 at 5 and 6 o'clock. And now we have dropped down into the mid 70s here in Atlanta. Now we do have some slightly cooler air in some of the outlying areas. Look at Peachtree City at 68, Carrollton's at 68, Athens is at 67 right now, but a lot of 70s around still, except for in the mountains where it's cooler in Blairsville and also in Clayton. So a pretty mild night out there, not oppressively hot or humid or anything, but just a little milder out there during the evening hours tonight. We expect to get down to 66 degrees here in the Atlanta area early tomorrow morning, and then into the 80s by lunchtime, and then getting up to 87 degrees for that high. A 20% chance for a shower tomorrow, mainly in the afternoon hours. There's even a low risk in the morning hours of a couple of showers that could be around, but it's not going to be anything widespread or anything that is strong. And I'll show you that here on the forecast track, where you can see those showers that have been over to the south and east of us are dying out for the rest of the evening hours. We're not concerned about any really more of them developing. There was just a little blip there that you saw overnight from Atlanta on the south side of a couple of showers that could pop up. And this model showing maybe 1 or 2 little showers early, but that rain chance very, very low. At lunchtime, it's going to be dry. We'll see sunshine mixing in with a few clouds. And then in the afternoon, nothing really widespread here. We're just talking about a couple of isolated showers that are possible. Again, that rain chance at just 20%, meaning that really most of us are going to get through the day again tomorrow without seeing any rain at all. Then on Thursday, nothing going on here. It's going to be another quiet start to the day. It's going to be dry at lunchtime. In the afternoon, a less than 20% chance for a shower that could develop with any heat or humidity. And speaking of that heat, on Thursday, it's going to be up to around 89 degrees. And then on Friday, we're expecting a high of 90 degrees, which is way above the average for this time of year. Here you see on Friday, dry conditions here staying with us. We're not concerned about any rain moving in. So this bar graph is not showing a lot here. We just have that 20% chance for an isolated shower Wednesday. We were always all along calling for dry conditions Thursday and Friday. Earlier, we did think that we would have a 20% chance for showers on Saturday and Sunday. Now the models are drying out, so we have taken out that 20% chance for showers for the weekend, and it most likely is going to be a dry and hot one. Here's a look at the update from the models with the rain comparison, now showing 0 for rain for the next 7 days. Even though we have that 20% chance for a shower in there, again, most likely not seeing much, if any showers develop. Not much would be collecting in the rain gauge. So maybe some spots picking up 1/10 of an inch. That just kind of shows you the isolated nature of any of these showers that we're going to be expecting out there. Morning lows are still comfortable. Well, you know, whenever I think of anything below 70 degrees here, coming from August into September, now into mid-September, anything under 70 degrees feels pretty good. After, there are so many days we've had in the summertime with morning temperatures that were in the muggy mid and even upper 70s with all the humidity around. So mid 60s isn't really that bad, but again, it's still, right where we should be for this time of year. 68 we think Saturday morning, and then 67 on Sunday morning. So pretty comfortable temperatures. It's the highs that aren't as comfortable. It's hot. At least the humidity levels aren't that oppressive, but you can see us getting up to 90 degrees here on Friday, 89 Saturday, then 87 on Sunday, with that average high for this time of year being 84 degrees. All right, we have another system that we are watching, actually 2 systems now that we are watching in the Atlantic Basin. Now, you can see a little bit of convection down here around Cuba. There's that coastal low that's going into around Virginia. But the system we're really watching that is most likely going to be our next name, this is most likely going to be Gabrielle. It is this red X right here in the central Atlantic. This is the same system that we've been watching since last week, coming off the coast of Africa. And it's getting better organized. The Hurricane Center giving us a 90% chance of development over the next 2 to 7 days. And I really think that could be elevated to a tropical depression or a tropical storm maybe during the day tomorrow. We'll wait and see on that. But this red area here is where we think this storm is going to be moving up and developing. Now, a lot of our models are showing this becoming a hurricane as well, but also those same models are showing it, even though it's moving north and west, most likely it's going to be curving away from the United States. I'm going to show you those spaghetti models here in just a second, but I also want to show you there's another system that we're watching coming off the coast of Africa. As of right now, this has a 10% chance of developing over the next 2 days, 20% chance over the next 7 days. As once it moves into this area here, that's where it's going to be a little more conducive to start gaining strength, getting a little better organized here, and potentially getting a little bit stronger. Now, as I show you these two systems, a lot of people are saying, okay, the Atlantic is waking up, things are getting more active, which is true because we've been in a lull here for a while. But from what we're seeing on the extended models, it looks like this system here that's most likely going to be Gabrielle is going to curve away. And then the models are showing that system also struggling a little bit to get a little better organized. So with the tropics, we just have to watch it day to day. Just because we're saying this right now today, things may be changing with it all tomorrow. So we have to watch it day to day as these things get better organized and progress here. Here's a look at the spaghetti models for the one in the central Atlantic. And the consensus is that that's just going to move to the north and west and then most likely curve away from the United States coast. Now we'll have to keep an eye on Bermuda here. That's the black speck that you see right there. That's the island of Bermuda, to see whether or not this curve is going to be happening early enough to keep it away from that island. So of course we'll be watching that very closely. So here's a look at how some of that moisture tried to come in here to give us those low rain chances today. And then tomorrow, again, nothing widespread, just a 20% chance for an isolated shower. Then dry here and hot for Thursday and Friday. Here we go into Saturday, not seeing anything developing here, or even into your Sunday. I do think, though, that by next week we will go back to a 20% chance for an isolated shower on Monday as well as on Tuesday, but nothing major coming in here. I think the better coverage of moisture will be in South Georgia and also down into parts of Florida. So here is that forecast. Even though you see a couple of days here, or a few days with some rain chances, those percentages are very low. We've got a 20% chance Wednesday with a high of 87. Mainly dry conditions here for Thursday and Friday. As we get up to 89 Thursday, 90 on Friday, 89 Saturday, 87 Sunday, then a 20% chance for showers coming back on Monday and Tuesday with those high temperatures that are going to be in the mid 80s going into next week. So trending down just a little bit, but still about a degree above where we should be for this time of year. We'll keep you posted on any new developments happening in the tropics. If this system gets a name, if it gets elevated to a tropical depression or a tropical storm, of course, we'll have that for you, and we'll have extended weather outlooks on that here on 11 Alive Plus and Weather Impact 24/7. We'll have another update for you coming up tonight at 11 o'clock on 11 Alive News on TV, as well as here streaming too. And then, of course, more updates throughout the day tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.